How's it going, guys? It's Keith here, and today I'd like to talk about a law that I hope will pass in my country on the 22nd of this month, and that is the law for marriage equality in Ireland. So I'd also like to talk about why I'm voting yes for the Marriage Equality Referendum on the 22nd of this month. First of all, I am a gay person, and I don't agree that I should be treated as a second-class citizen. I was born in this country and I pay my taxes, so I should be given the same rights as everyone else. There is absolutely no reason why a same-sex couple should not have the same rights as a heterosexual couple. Both couples should be able to get married. And just to clarify, this is not legalizing gay couples getting married in a church. It's not going to affect anyone else's rights. It's not going to trample over the rights of the religious. It doesn't affect them in any way whatsoever. Now, I know there's some people out there who are claiming that it's changing the foundation of marriage or the meaning of marriage. And really, that's already been done before, so I'm not really sure what people are worried about. Christians already changed the foundation of marriage by turning it into a religious ritual. It was never intended to be a religious ritual. When marriage first came about, it wasn't about that. It was a civil contract that actually gave a man authority to basically have a woman as his property. That's what marriage was. Marriage was originally very misogynistic. It was very sexist, but thank God it was able to evolve. The institution was able to evolve, so it was a lot more rational, a lot more sane, and a lot more equal and fair. And all we're asking here is that equality and fairness is expanded again, so that we're allowing same-sex couples to get married as well. I mean, if you want to talk about this from a historical point again, there was a time when people of different races couldn't even get married to each other, and thank God that changed as well. It wasn't just, it wasn't right, and it was completely bigoted, and not allowing it same-sex marriage, as far as I'm concerned, is just as bigoted. Another concern that has come up in this debate is the argument that if we legalize same-sex marriage, we're also legalizing same-sex adoption. And people arguing that, or not just arguing, but actually using emotional blackmail, saying that a child deserves a mother and a father. And what these people are arguing for is an ideal family. In many cases, it's a fantasy. It's not always the reality. You know, we have single mothers raising children, we have single fathers raising children. There's all sorts of variables, whether it's a relationship between the parents separating. A parent may die, which is obviously a tragic thing to deal with. Maybe a parent has been sent to prison for breaking the law. You don't know. There are so many different variables. So to actually vilify same-sex parents as not having the ideal structure, you're basically vilifying these other non-traditional, non-perfect families, just because it doesn't fit into that bubble of what these, let's face it, narrow-minded people think a family is supposed to be. Families come in all different shapes and sizes, and it is wrong to vilify a particular family just because it doesn't fit a certain mold, a certain bubble. And the ironic thing about it is there have been studies, statistical studies done, that actually have argued that same-sex parents actually make better parents than heterosexual parents. Now that's obviously open for debate, but there have been some very interesting, very compelling arguments, and I will link some of them in the description for any of you to read them if you're interested. And in addition to that, there's actually been testimonials by children who have been raised by same-sex parents. There's a fantastic speech by this young man in the United States who was raised by two women, and he claims and admits that it had absolutely no negative impacts on his life whatsoever, and he actually had amazing parents. So that right there is the proof. The proof is there, and yet these people are claiming that same-sex couples are somewhat inferior to raise a child. The only thing a child needs is love. And that seems to be the one thing that that this No campaign is taking completely out of the equation. It should be the most fundamental and most important thing, and they just don't seem to be even opening the consideration to this. To sum up, I support same-sex marriage because, as far as I am concerned, same-sex couples deserve the same rights as heterosexual couples. There is no logical reason why one or the other should not have the right to be married, especially when we're talking about civil marriage that doesn't affect anyone else's rights. Secondly, same-sex couples are just as capable to be parents as heterosexual couples. And lastly, I support same-sex marriage not just as a gay person but as a humanist. And the most fundamental thing for me about humanism is allowing human equality to come first. I am putting human equality first, and I am voting yes on the 22nd of May for the Marriage Equality Referendum. And so everyone, that is why I will be voting yes on the 22nd of May for the Marriage Equality Referendum in Ireland. And thank you so very much for watching. I would appreciate it if you would comment, rate and subscribe. And if you care to post a video response to this video, please check down below in the description area for instructions on how to do that. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.